Brazil 2002, Spain 2010, Germany 2014. Three teams that did not just win World Cups, they ruled them. The world looked at those sides and knew before a ball was kicked who the best team on the planet was. That team does not exist anymore. Not in this World Cup, and arguably not in the last one either. The side everyone fears, the side operating on a level no one else can reach, has vanished from international football. And its disappearance is not bad luck. It is the result of 20 years of the game evolving into something new. This is the story of how football solved its own greatness out of existence. The evidence is already in front of us. This is the biggest World Cup ever staged. 48 teams across 3 nations. It still had no room for Italy, 4-time champions now missing their 3rd tournament in a row. The giants are not only exposed, some are already gone. Spain, the 2nd-ranked team in the world, drew 0-0 with Cape Verde on the country's first ever appearance at a World Cup. Brazil drew 1-1 with Morocco. Belgium drew 1-1 with Egypt. The Netherlands led Japan and surrendered it 2-2. 4 of the most feared shirts in the sport, 4 dropped results, none of them against another giant. The favourites are not playing badly, or the problem is stranger than form. Nobody fears them, and the reason traces directly back to how the game itself has changed. Football has moved through 3 distinct eras, and each one narrowed the gap between the best and the rest. The first era belonged to individuals. For decades, a single generational talent could decide a tournament on his own. Tactics existed, but genius overruled them. The team with the best players usually won, and a handful of nations hoarded the best players. The second era belonged to systems. Spain in 2010 did not rely on one magician. They built a structure, tiki-taka, that won matches by controlling the ball until the opponent forgot what it looked like. Germany in 2014 perfected the pressing machine. For roughly a decade, a tactical idea executed at elite level was enough to dominate the world. Whoever owned the best system owned the trophy. Then came the third era, the one nobody planned for. The systems got copied. Every idea that once gave a giant its edge, the high press, building from the back, the mid-block, the positional structures, has been studied, broken down, and handed to every coaching staff on earth. Data, video, sports science, and academy methods are no longer luxuries. They are standard issue. The touchline secrets that used to separate elite coaches from everyone else now sit in every analyst's laptop, in every language, available to anyone. Football was a game of who had the genius, then who had the system, and now everyone runs the same system. The edge dissolved, and the player paid for it. Where a number 10 once improvised, he now executes a pattern off a coach's laptop. What dominance used to look like was something else entirely. Brazil in 2002 fielded Ronaldo, Rivaldo, and Ronaldinho in the same attack. They did not need a plan to frighten anyone. They were the plan. Spain in 2010 kept the ball until opponents stopped believing they would ever get it back. Germany in 2014 walked into Brazil's own stadium in a World Cup semi-final and won 7-1. 7 goals to 1 against the host nation on the biggest stage the sport owns. In every one of those tournaments, one team stood at a height the field could not climb to. That is the benchmark. That is what a great national team actually is. Germany put 7 past Curaçao in this tournament too, but Curaçao is an island of 150,000 people. Hammering a minnow was always easy. The real test is doing it to a side that can fight back, and right now, nobody can. The so-called smaller nations are no longer small. Size defines nothing in football, Cape Verde's coach Bubista said before kickoff. Then his goalkeeper, Vozinha, kept a clean sheet against the best team in the world. Japan went level with the Netherlands and never looked overawed. Morocco, who reached the semi-finals in 2022 as the first African nation ever to do it, held Brazil to a draw and earned it. The expanded format did not dilute the tournament. It revealed how far the rest of the world has caught up. The floor has risen sharply. The ceiling has not moved. And when the floor climbs toward the ceiling, dominance becomes close to impossible by design. This is the evolution functioning exactly as built. The clearest proof is not in the results. It is in the players the tournament produces, or no longer produces. The World Cup used to manufacture superstars on a fixed schedule. 2010 turned Mesut Ozil into a global name overnight and moved him from Werder Bremen to Real Madrid, within weeks. Thomas Müller took the Golden Boot and became a Bayern institution. 2014 belonged to James Rodriguez. 6 goals, the volley against Uruguay, the Golden Boot, and a transfer from Monaco to Real Madrid for roughly €80 million, the 4th most expensive deal on the planet at that moment. 2018 crowned a 19-year-old Kylian Mbappe, who scored in the final and reshaped the sport around himself. Then 2022, and the flood became a trickle. Enzo Fernandez took Best Young Player and a £106 million move to Chelsea, a British record. Jude Bellingham, 19 at that tournament, grew into a Real Madrid superstar. After those two, the names run dry. Gvardiol to City, Gakpo to Liverpool. Good players with real careers, but not the kind of icon a whole decade gets built around. Past World Cups minted more icons than that in a single week. For 60 years, the World Cup was the stage where an unknown became a legend inside a single month. That engine has stalled. A tournament engineered for parity does not produce monsters. It produces balance. The evolution reached its final destination on Friday night. Brazil 3, Haiti 0, 3 goals clear, fully in control, and then Brazil simply stopped playing. They dropped deep, sat in, and saw the game out. Alisson made saves in a match already won. No push for a 4th, no flourish, no samba. The nation that gave the world the phrase "Jogo Bonito," the beautiful game itself, closed out a 3-goal lead with the cold efficiency of a side protecting a single point. The most expressive football culture on earth, now coached by Carlo Ancelotti, Europe's ultimate pragmatist, choosing control over joy. That is not a failure of Brazil, it is the logical endpoint of the evolution. The system reached even the team that was supposed to be immune to it. None of this means the Giants have gone soft. England put 4 past Croatia, France beat Senegal. Argentina cruised behind a vintage Messi. Sweden put 5 past Tunisia. The big teams can still crush the small ones. What they can no longer do is frighten each other. The fear used to run top to top. Now it only runs top to bottom. 2 honest conclusions sit inside the same set of facts. The first is that football has never been healthier. The gap is gone, any nation can beat any other on the night, and the result is no longer written before kickoff. The world caught up, and that is progress. The second is that football traded its greatness for fairness. It engineered away the dominant teams and the generational stars, and what is left is more even, more tactical, and noticeably less magical, safer, smarter, greyer. Both conclusions are supported by the evidence. Neither one is wrong. Brazil 2002, Spain 2010, Germany 2014, the giants of the modern game. They did not decline. Football evolved into a sport that no longer allows them to exist, which leaves one question: has football become better, or has it lost its great national teams?